Welcome back to the show. Talking through your kick, thanks to our great mates luxbetpuntersparadise.com.au and Grand Syndicates, where every share is just $1,000. And Neil Evans, we were speaking in the green room before the show. Would you be keen just to butter up every week for More Joyous when her record is so sensational? And we just we can't convince ourselves to bowl into the $1.16. But you wrote an article.
Well, yeah, it's all about the price.
Well, it's an interesting statistic with More Joyous. She's raced 11 times. She's been odds on now, and 10 of those she's won. The only time she was beaten was in the Silver Slipper Stakes when she come out in five strides and bucked. The saddle slipped and she was retired from the race. So on her own merit, she's never been disappointed.
Apparently she looked you blokes were at the races. She looked magnificent.
Absolutely
she
fantastic.
Looked great. She looked nice and tight. Looked really good.
But for a moment or two, I thought, gee, Miss Marks might just worry the heck out of it. And then Nash goes, come on, girl, let's just click her up. Emotional Circus was good. Streamer was good.
They're all good. They're all good. Been a strong form race. Like the first 5 broke 22 coming home 400, but she just getting going. He grabbed hold. But the whole story was the betting story. $1.40 was the first price. We thought we'll put our neck out there, and that got chopped off pretty quick. One bet at 20,000, and that was all the story about the More Joyous. At one stage, I looked in the book. Not a word of a lie. It was 90 odd, or getting up to around that pre-post. I had $56 on the rest of the field.
And the article, and the pretense of your article, Brent, was why bother with a bank when you can get 30%? And you wrote it, I think, on tab odds, not on Luxbet odds or the fixed price. In the end, she paid $1.10 across the totes. You might have been lucky to get $1.20 top fluck on the day, but again, why are we mucking around with trying to find a 20-to-1 winner or a 15-to-1 winner when she is just dead set money for jam?
People enjoy
small punting.
I
enjoyed it. I backed up.
Yeah, I know that, but it's easy. A lot of people don't have the patience just to have one bet, sit there all day. You sit there and you watch More Joyous go around. People love the thrill of backing a loser. I know it sounds stupid, but people, I think, do enjoy it. The chase of it, the thrill of it, trying to get your money back or trying to kick on and earn.
I love that, and that's why I got none.
But that's punters. That's just what we do.
This is an email, and if you have the same email for Black Caviar and Piero and More Joyous and Atlantic Jewel, you'd have won about 70 times. More Joyous has been sent around as an odds-on pop, as you say, 11 times. Won another 9 as favourite from 12. 1,000 on her at every start. You're 13,500 in front. I love Singo's comment. Singo said, oh, you come out here, you have 100,000 on, you win a round of drinks. Mate, a round of drinks doesn't cost 20,000. Must be expensive at some of his pubs.
Yes, certainly does. But I'm tipping you wouldn't be drinking just Blue Tongue beer for 20,000. But she's won 20 wins now, like 20 races. That's an amazing statistic. And she hasn't just taken on ratings races. She's been at group and listed level from the time she started her career. Absolutely amazing, man.
Next start is
the Golden Pendant at Rose Hill on the 29th.
And then
to the Toorak.
And then to the Cox Plate. And the question from Charles out of Dubbo. G'day, Charlie. Who will ride Piero in the Cox Plate if More Joyous runs? Cos More Joyous. Nash will go to More Joyous, obviously.
Well, Nash couldn't ride the weight Piero if he chopped his leg off.
So Williams, is it?
Yeah, Craig Williams has been booked. Well, that was a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't heard anything to the contrary. But hang on,
isn't Craig Williams on Green Moon?
Well, he's obviously already
Southern Speed.
He's obviously already made that commitment to Piero because I think that's where they're heading.
Who do you want to be on at the scale, Piero or More Joyous?
More Joyous.
Do you?
Yeah, I want to be on More Joyous.
I'll take the 3-year-old.
I want to be on More Joyous.
I would take.
She's proven.
I would take whoever's Nash is on.
Yeah, but he can't. He doesn't have a choice there.
I know, but I'm saying I'm taking More Joyous. I think that you'd have to go with experience over the upper. Depending on what he does in the next.
The way the prices are now, they're betting $4.40 about Piero and a Cox Plate.
Yep.
We haven't seen this horse run past a mile yet. Like every indication says he will, but More Joyous has won at 2,000 metres. I know she ran 5th in a Cox Plate the last time she was there, but it's a different kettle of fish with no so thinking.
So you're thinking the $7 that they're floating.
I think it's great value compared to Piero at $4.40. You flip them around and you say, mate, I want to have something on Piero.
Because you know what we're going to do now? I've decided just a moment or two ago that we're going to have a 4-leg multi between us every week and just see how many we can kill off between now and the Melbourne Cup day. Because every time we've declared something, the following week it's gone like a busted. So we'll see how we go.
Tipping More Joyous will be able to carry us for a while.
Well, speaking of carrying people around, the ATC and TVN have combined, along with 2GB, to deliver a fantastic new spring promotion where she goes, you go. So entry forms are available at theraces.com.au, plus in Best Bets and the Winning Post issues this week and up to the 29th of September. Terms and conditions apply. But basically, if More Joyce runs anywhere, you mentioned Rose Hill, you mentioned the Cox Plate and the Toorak, you go down on the Saturday, flying from Melbourne to Sydney or Sydney to Melbourne, tickets and hospitality at the track, a night's accommodation, airport transfer, return flight Sunday afternoon, and probably seeing I'll throw in a couple of bucks.
Yeah, and I think there was an opportunity to meet Gai Waterhouse, I think, in there in the mounting yard and whatnot, also in the prize. So certainly very good incentive by everyone involved.
For getting behind it. I mean, we're finally starting to see the light. You see the Black Caviar promotions, and now More Joyce is a superstar. And I think I heard Richie said, you go out and watch, you know, the number one players in rugby league and AFL on a weekend. She's the number one player in horse racing.
They did clean the bar out because we were standing up there thinking, geez, where's everyone gone? Oh, 5 minutes to More Joyce. So out they go. So, yeah, huge name. But let me just quickly
Good to know that
race.
you were still there, though.
No,
5 minutes.
Making sure it was propped up, still steady.
Well, you know, someone's
got to talk to the bartender.
You know, someone's got to talk the talk inside. But let me quickly say a massive run, Emotional Circus. Race didn't suit. Got home for fourth.
Miss Marks.
Miss Marks went good, but Emotional Circus, punters stick with this horse. It's flying.
Okay, let's head around to the Chris Waller bandwagon. 4 winners on the weekend. He basically bookended the program with the first 2 and the last 2.
Plenty of bands on the wagon.
Got to say, he is just in super form, and the Kingston Town win. Well, the ride got it home.
It was a fantastic effort here by Glenn Schofield. You can see on Stout Hearted the black cap, the black sleeves. He never went around a horse, and Strawberry Boy had done so much work early. And look, he hadn't even gone for the effort here on Stout Hearted until he virtually reached the lead. This horse has a turn of 40. He'll head towards the Metropolitan Handicap, and I think he's a very, very good bet in the pre-post markets.
Mauls Creek was $14 into $3.60 or something. That's even the Patnack colours just going backwards.
He couldn't keep up with the tempo, and I think that shows you how good a run Strawberry Boys was.
Was a good run. Yep.
He burnt the candle at both ends and was still there fighting tooth and nail right to the finish with Crafty Erno. And this was a big go on Strawberry Boy, and obviously the money was right because he didn't get the result, but this horse is a serious animal.
That was a punt to try and get it into a race which leads into the Caulfield Cup. Where does she go there?
There's still a few other options. They could go to Melbourne. I'm not exactly sure where the program fits, but I wouldn't be ruling Strawberry Boy out of a Caulfield Cup just yet, because if he can get there, he's going to be certainly a playoff.
Okay, if you followed at Neil Evans Mail, you would have got onto this one. $5 into $2.80. You had to wait till the last, but there was plenty of room at the bar after this one because Neil was shouting, "That's it, last on the inside," and by this stage you were swearing.
Well, we're thinking it's going to come rattling home here, but is the post going to come up? Because still plenty of margin there. But this is the thing about early betting, $5 around plenty in the week. We think, here it comes, Val Rosso.
Was it $5 on the day? That was
they bet $5 on the day. They bet $5 right across
late.
the board. Yeah, it was probably 15 minutes of betting to go. It was $5 to $4.60 to $4.40 to $4.20 to $4 to $3.50 to $3 to I think it touched $2.70 at one stage.
It collapsed to the last minute. It was astonishing. But
the two first and seconds come from a mile back. What is that? I big bonanza just hit the front at the 300 and thought, what am I doing here?
Well, I'll tell you what it tells you. There is always the overcorrection maybe from riders late in the day where they get out to where they've been winning and all of a sudden you can zip through on the inside, still 3 or 4 off the fence, and get right into the fight because probably one on the same blade of grass as Stout Hearted.
Waller, Waterhouse, Snowden. Are you better off just saying, OK, I'm just going to pick the eyes out of them and back them? They took 7 of the 8 wins on Saturday and never looked like... And the other winner was a Victorian trainer.
Well, Waller's numbers are frightening.
Yeah, no, he's got so many horses in training that certainly helps. And Waterhouse isn't far behind, and Snowden very selective with his runners, sort of 2- and 3-year-olds going forward in the stakes races. They only keep good horses in their stable. They're not racing for owners who just want to go there and have tickets to Rose Hill or Randwick or go in the members. Their horses are going there to win races to improve their breeding records.
Okay, and one of those was Ambidexter. It is obviously a horse that's not going to be stretched out to the distance. Looked a picture in the yard, trialled superbly. Pete Snowden even said they trialled so good we had to give him another extra week off because we just didn't know how he was going. A couple of disappointing runs in this race, and that's Fast Clip.
Yeah,
yes. Smelly run.
Tommy Berry said to the stewards that he just didn't feel himself. He said from the time they went the first 100 metres, he said he just didn't feel comfortable and he looked quite dull in the coat. Fat Owl was fantastic, and if he's heading towards the Epsom Handicap, I think he's certainly going to be a very, very good chance.
Yeah. Well, there's your Epsom market shootout. Secret Admirer still a query. Some people are saying he is sticking around. Others are saying she's going to Melbourne. Fat Owl. Moment of Change, More Joyous won't be running. Machine Land. I found one.
What, have you?
In the Epsom.
Which one?
Ambidex is $21. Well, 26 plus and others. Pierre de Terre.
Oh,
Found
please.
it on.
You can back it with me.
No chance.
What price?
No
$26.
chance. Not good
Oh,
enough.
I get $26
Well, I'll
for
give
you.
it
You want to
$31.
A dollar each
Mate,
way.
41.
41.
Not good
You
enough to
can't.
win an
$2
Epsom.
each way with you.
But
I'm just
shoot
saying.
out. Towards the
51.
top, just quickly. Shootout, obviously, back in the George Main.
He
into
comes
the
back
Epsom
this
second
Saturday.
up. It's going to be...
Well, yeah.
that's the plan, isn't it?
Well, it's a possible plan. He could
Yep.
go to the Craven Plate if he's looking for the 2,000 metres, but I would
Running
suspect
out of
he'd probably
time.
run in the Epsom.
Running out of time.
running out of time.
I'm just saying.
No.
Pim's Ladies' Day signals the return to Randwick, where, of course, the Epsom will be held. Not on the October long weekend this particular year. It's the weekend after.
October 6th.
Yeah, Corona Beach Casa infield paddock. Because of the grandstand, they've done the big infield paddock. So
Do you get to all these places?
tickets are 20, mate. There was a day that I used to host them. Now I get asked whether I'm too old to be in them.
That beach bar is going to be pretty good.
That's Bizarrafa territory.
They're getting truckloads of sand dumped on the inside of the track on Friday, so you can turn up in your shorts and a singlet and go to the races.
A punting sandpit, just what we want.
$20, $1,500. You used to be young once. Just don't let it.
Once.
The Christopher Hanna Platinum Pamper Lounge, where you get the complimentary hair and makeup touch-up girls. That's something
do
for
with
you. ADC members can win the $3,000 in the members badge draw. And this week, the Go Racing for Real promotion centering around the Chipping Norton. Good to get a dozen in there at least, and 10,500 is what you're
sum.
looking. And this is an FYI, Melbourne Cup Day. The picnic meeting at Randwick and the big meeting at Rosehill Gardens. So make sure you book, because last year it was a bit of a disappointment for a lot. All of the action will be beamed from Flemington, so you don't have to go to Melbourne. You can have 2 race meetings in Sydney, but whatever you do, make sure you get to the races. And the Cup sweep at both race courses, there's 20,000 cash to be won. So another reason to head to theraces.com.au and find out what's going on in and around spring in Sydney as we head to a break.